Hi, I'm Kristen Elizabeth Clark, and I am standing here on the red carpet at the Newberry Caldecott Wilder Banquet, and I have the honor and the privilege of speaking with Laura Vaccaro Seeger, author, illustrator of Caldecott Honor Book, Green. Congratulations and welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So this is not your first time to the rodeo.
No. I'm very excited, though. Just as excited. Maybe even more.
Even more?
I think so. I think even more.
Well, then I guess I'll just ask you, what's it like to get that phone call?
Oh, my goodness. It's one of those things where you never forget it. And it makes you very nervous. Like when the call came, I was shaking. And you know, the first question was, what were you doing when the phone call came? And I kind of like didn't even know what to say. I just sort of made up something. I just said I was walking around in circles or something like that. But I was just shaking and nervous and so happy.
Well, I am so happy for you. Green is a lovely and beautiful book. And it's, you know, it works on a lot of different levels. I like it that there's this eco message, but you aren't hitting anyone over the head with it. And your books all seem to be pretty heavy on concept. Can you walk us through that? Like, what comes first? The words, the pictures, the images, the concept? How does that work?
You know, I'm just a very conceptual thinker, and so to me, everything is conceptual. Everything is a concept. So the concept comes first. Like I usually latch on to something that I think is really, really cool, and then build a story around it. And then while I'm building a story around it, the pictures sort of start to begin in my mind, and then I start painting. But I'm sort of sketching and writing throughout. But
I understand too, though, that most of the time it's you going to your editor with your conceptual ideas, but Green was a little different. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, he just, one day we were hanging out and he just said, I have a title for you. Actually, I think it was an email. He's just sent, I have a title for you, Green. And then, of course, we started to talk about it, and I said, well, what do you mean? And he said, no, I don't know what I mean. I just like that title. And so I set out to write, you know, one manuscript after another obviously about something environmental. But every time I finished a manuscript and showed it to him, and he said, that's good, go with that. And I began to illustrate it. It just didn't feel like my voice. And so at one point I even shelved the project completely, because I just felt like, you know what, it's just feeling forced, and it's feeling not like it's not my voice. And then one night late, like around midnight, I just started thinking about the color green and what that meant, and that naturally tied into the whole environmental thing all by itself. But the exploration of the color green for me was something that interested me so much. It was totally my voice.
What's next?
Well, a new book, Bully, is coming out in 2 weeks. It's about a little bull who's being a big bully, or a big bully who happens to be a little bull. And I've written and illustrated and completed a new Dog and Bear Halloween book, which is coming out next year. And at the moment, I'm trying to figure out what the 2015 book is. I think it's probably going to be some sort of what Neil and I call extravaganza book, which, you know, is what green with the die cuts. It's something that's kind of like bigger than a regular picture book. I'm not sure what it is, but I'm working on figuring that out right now.
A question that we're asking our guests here on the red carpet this evening, in a nod to this year's Caldecott winning book, This Is Not My Hat, about the fish that steals the other fish's hat with bad consequences. If there were anything in the world of children's literature that you could steal, with the consequences or not, what would that be and why?
Let me think. I would have to say I would like that purple crayon that Harold had, and I'd like to have some fun with that, that's for sure. I don't know what I'd do with it, but I would figure something out.
I think you would make an incredible book with it. Thank you so much. It has been such an honor and a pleasure to have you.
Thank you so much. I'm honored to be here.